Okay, welcome everyone. Today, what I'm going to do is actually go over with you a bit more of an in-depth sort of discussion when it comes to Resco Cloud solutions and their processes. Possibly you might be in the situation where you're not quite sure, well, not quite certain in which category you fit in. Maybe you might only need only one aspect of the solutions or the processes, or maybe you might fit in all the categories. So hopefully today you'll actually be able to see that. There will be no demo, so this is strictly informative just so that you can get more of an understanding as to what each of the solutions are comprised of, as well as the processes. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so the agenda basically that I'm going to go over, pretty straightforward. It's going to be about who's Resco, why do we do what we do, and of course, what is Resco Cloud? A lot of new people coming to Resco have been asking, what exactly is Resco Cloud? We've heard of your other products and solutions and so forth. This is pretty new. And then of course, I'll be reviewing the Resco Cloud solutions, automation processes that we have for mobile sales and field service, as well as the pricing structure that we have, and then any questions and answers will be held at the end. So basically, for those of you who are new and just finding out who Resco is, we're actually a gold partner of Microsoft. We've been in mobility in terms of software development for over 18 years. We have over 600 Resco partners worldwide, and we currently have over about 1,700 or so corporate clients and over 80,000 issued licenses. We also have two offices. Our headquarters is out in Bratislava, Slovakia, where I'm currently located right now, and the other is out in Boston, USA. So why do we do what we do? So we believe in enabling people so that they have the simplicity, the flexibility, and the right to transform the way you manage and interact with your customers via a CRM system. So how do we do that? Well, we believe in providing you advanced functionality in our CRM mobility, beautifully designed user interface, and of course we encourage an environmentally proactive and social approach, so minimizing on paperwork and waste. And of course, we understand that there are certain challenges faced today when it comes to CRM capabilities with various different backend systems, so we wanted to make this as easy as possible. So what is Resco Cloud? Okay, Resco Cloud is comprised of a few things. It's not just about products, it's the overall all-in-one solution. You may have heard that multiple times out and about, but this is actually a little bit more comprised when it comes to the products. So we offer, of course, mobility and our desktop solution. So we have Resco Mobile CRM, pretty straightforward, and our own very own Resco CRM standalone. For those of you who actually do not have any backend, any CRM system, we're more than happy to help you with our Resco CRM. And then, of course, if you need mobility, that's where Resco Mobile CRM comes in hand. When it comes to our solutions, this is where we're going to dissect things a little bit. So we have mobile sales, field service, and of course our consumer apps. And then going a little bit deeper is our mobile audit, our analytics, route planning, and of course device security, which is immensely important. And then of course we have our processes, which I'm going to explain as well in terms of our automation. So you may have heard for mobile sales and field service, Salesforce automation, and so forth. I will be reviewing that as well. Okay, so just so that we understand in terms of the products, what they're compatible with. So obviously they work for iOS, Windows, Android, and BlackBerry. Of course, BlackBerry operating on Android operating systems. And then of course you can see all the listed versions here. Okay. Before I get into the Resco Cloud solution, so maybe I'll just go back a step. Resco Mobile CRM is actually fully customizable. It'll be done throughout the Woodford configuration tool. There's no middleman. It's directly working with your backend system. You can definitely find more information on that with regards to our previous webinars and demonstrations that we have available on our YouTube channel. But just in case you wanted to know basically how things compute into mobile form to see and have it presented the way you want it, it's done by customizations within your Woodford configurator tool, which you can also download on our website. Okay, so now getting into the more important stuff when it comes to solutions and processes. So for our solutions, we have, of course, mobile sales, field service, and the consumer apps. So when it comes to mobile sales, this is structured so that, of course, you have streamlined lead management, increased customer retention, but to go a little bit deeper so that maybe you're not quite certain where you're finding yourself, I would say the necessity of it is to have painless data collection. We all know that it can be quite difficult to work with Microsoft Dynamics CRM as a backend system and so forth. So this is where Resco comes in, and now we can make things a little bit more fluid. So imagine being more productive in the field for mobile sales. Of course, we're out and about. So it's not only having to worry about returning back to your desk and then after a long day having to enter in all your meeting notes. We know how time consuming that is. But why not do them at your meetings or over coffee or in the elevator on the way to your next meeting? Time is money, we know this. And of course, we all want to get home a little bit faster. So avoiding the office, this is where mobile sales can actually help you benefit in terms of getting that painless data collection. So with regards to streamlined lead management, so the odds of contacting and qualifying a lead drastically decrease in time. We know this. This is why companies are advised to contact their leads as soon as possible, ideally within 30 minutes or so of the lead creation, just to make sure that while things are hot. And of course, with mobile CRM, you can actually alert your sales representatives of incoming leads so they can work on them immediately. And then, of course, we have our presentations. So presentations are quite eloquent in that you can actually go and visit your client or possible customer or prospective partner, and now you can present within your tablet what it is that you're exactly trying to offer. So instead of having to carry all these brochures and pamphlets, you're able to simply just utilize what you have within your tablet, whether it's manuals or brochures, presentations, whether it's a PDF, PowerPoint, and so forth. You're able to work directly with it from the palm of your hands, okay? So then, with that being said, now you actually have quicker client interactions. So no more, I'm not sure, I'll have to check with my colleagues and let you know, I'll have to get back to the office and find out, or let me email it to you as soon as I get back to the office. Information on products are directly in stock, orders can be signed, product documentation that explains all the ins and outs can be found directly from the palm of your hands within the application on your tablet. And I mean, they're available to you at all times, so even offline and online. When it comes to your user adoptions, so this is where we were kind of saying how Microsoft Dynamics CRM or other backend systems might be a little bit difficult or challenging to work with. But here you can actually, it's designed and customized the way you see fit. So everything is at face value, just the way that you want it, so that it's not confusing to you. An entire interface is within one ecosystem, within the app, and it's available to you directly in one window. So it's very, very user-friendly. And then, of course, our highlight, because of all these things being so productive, we're able to shorten sales life cycles. So we're able to instantly gather orders from our sales reps. The company can shorten the sales life cycle of orders and get the product to the customer faster. And creating orders via a mobile CRM application also contributes to better accuracy by eliminating the delayed manual data transcript into CRM, as we know. And then, of course, you're also eliminating the human errors by improved cash flow, a product that arrives sooner, and the customer site can also be billed and paid for on the spot. So you can actually have contracts, receipts, everything signed on the spot, have things ready and rolling instantly. Okay, so maybe this is someone that's trying to find out whether or not they need a mobile solution for their sales team. This is a definite plus. And of course, we're going to now talk about field service. So field service has, I would say, definite restrictions in terms of people being constantly out in the field. So that means you might be limited to internet connectivity, especially if you're out in the desert or if you're in a basement or if you're just plain out, you don't have your data with you. Clearly, you're not going to be able to connect, but it shouldn't be able, or you shouldn't have to be limited to working with the data even offline. So obviously, working offline in the field is quite easy. You simply have your database already preloaded, I would say, on your device, and then you can harmoniously start to enter in all the information that you need. But the beauty of it is that a lot of field service agents have a lot of paperwork with them, whether it's manuals, orders, invoices, trying to transcript things that need to be pre-purchased furthermore, et cetera, you're now able to eliminate the paperwork. So as a mobile application, it's an ideal solution for a field worker. It just simply gets rid of papers all in one. So the information about the customer, case history, installation manuals, product documentation, it's all there within the application. All they have to do is just have a device that works on all the platforms that we have. And then you can even get a completed service task signed off on the digital screen instead of the old-fashioned paperwork that we're quite used to. And then, which can get duplicated, so it can get a little bit discombobulated. And then, of course, you can even lose that paperwork. So that's probably the worst case scenario, is going out to the field, doing all that work, and then coming back and realizing you've lost the actual order sheet. So in terms of effective time and team placements, sorry about that. You're going to see an immense improvement in terms of how you're able to distribute your teams, how they're able to use their time wisely. We have a very good example with Kelly Roofing, which is a bit of sales, but also field work. Just basically picture a bunch of construction workers and they have their day planned out for them. The app says you have 4 appointments today. Each I would say project or case will actually take X amount of hours. Now you're going to be able to route your team there, but then, oh no, someone says they're not going to be home. So that means they're probably not going to be on site. So instead of having your entire crew come out, the dispatcher can actually alert the crew within the mobile app or within a tablet saying that this is going to be rerouted today. This one's been canceled. It's been moved to another day. So now instead of having to wait for supervisors' call and contact, they can be instantly pinged within the device itself. Okay, so now, obviously, if you've pictured this, you can ensure that you have higher accuracy. So with a set of intelligent rules, you can actually automate the tasks that take up much of your time. And of course, you can picture this, for example, with a delivery address that can be already pre-filled when you create an order of its spare parts, or a record that will not be saved unless it's filled incorrectly. So the app should actually take over the mundane tasks that can be automated with just simple rules. Obviously, this will save you time in the long run and ensure that the data is absolutely correct. Okay. Then we have, of course, enhanced communication and collaboration. So what this means is that management and the back office can easily share information with all the field technicians. So they're simply able to update the CRM system in real time. So therefore, you'll get real-time information from the database. So you'll always be aware of any changes that affect your work on a daily basis. So that's pretty straightforward. Obviously, we know that that's a huge benefit. And of course, by being able to come to the appointments on time and being able to get there, punctually, making sure that you have no worries with regards to paperwork or manuals. Everything is all in your handy laptop. Car chargers are more than capable of charging things up, so there's no excuse for really not having completed data. Therefore, satisfied customers are going to be a result. So from faster response times, like I mentioned, to more well-informed estimates of parts or deliveries, these things are what really elevate your customer service and your delivery to these people. So then we have, of course, the consumer apps. So consumer apps, you can see here, we've got one that's in the works. It's quite new. We've actually had a recent blog on it. It's called City Watch. It's basically an app for the municipality or the state. I'll go into that a little bit deeper, but just to get an overall view of maybe whether or not you fit into this category, consumer apps allow you to be extremely flexible, extremely customizable, in that you can actually build an app for your customers, for your partners, suppliers, distributors, volunteers. The possibilities are absolutely endless. Let's say a company that sells and installs swimming pools recently decides to provide maintenance also. We all need that, especially if we have a pool, whether it comes to cleaning or the products and so forth. No one wants to be quite bothered with that, but now you've actually created an app for your consumers that can promote and carry out this idea. So its customers get the app and they can use it to easily request and repair for a pool cleanup or any products. It only takes a few seconds of the customer's time to create an order. And then of course the company knows where exactly to go, what tools to bring, and it all happens right from the CRM without needing to ask anyone. So it's really a win-win situation. When it comes to your partners, for example, just trying to see that you guys can find yourselves in these situations. So for your business partners, contractors, and so forth, the app can be an ideal tool to streamline the collaboration, okay, the overall partnership, the working efforts. So managing the data so that you'll, for example, know where to send the invoice, create orders without needing to contact you via phone or email, and be updated on pending shipments and so forth. This is where it's quite fluid working in that you don't really have to waste time, like I said, with calling and emailing and so forth. Everything is up to date within the app. Okay, and then we have, getting citizens involved. So this is the municipality app, one of our latest blogs. Imagine having an app that we can actually give information to the municipality that there's been a tree that's fallen over on the sidewalk or on the street, where there's been a huge electrical storm and the electrical wires are now discombobulated and they're now interfering with drivers and citizens walking on sidewalks. So this can be quite dangerous. So having phone calls is going to clog up the line real quick. But now imagine having an app where you can instantly say, this is the location, here's a picture for proof, this is the scenario, this is the situation. And on a level of importance, you can actually state whether this is max or not. You can see how many people have actually already submitted this type of request to be looked at. You can see instantly whether or not things have been repaired. So now you can actually help out your city find out where the most, the most troublesome areas are for them to have repairs, potholes, you name it. So this is very, very interesting because obviously this gets information relayed back to the city workers much quicker. And now they can do job site completions, take pictures, even show us that it's been done rather than having to go there. So now you can take a trip and instead of finding out on the way, you can already see whether or not you should avoid that area or not, etc., etc. So any benefit or any business can actually benefit from having this mobile app. You can customize it, and of course, it'll even help direct people to the point of purchase, whether you're a restaurant or a retailer. Again, it's fully customizable. So now you have an edge on these people. You have the technological advancement to now be ahead of your competitors, and now this is where you outshine the rest of the crowd. Okay? So now going a little bit deeper into the solutions, we have, of course, mobile audit or analytics, which monitor field tasks, activities, and so forth. So mobile audit can actually show you how many activities your field workers have created, how many times they've synchronized the app with the server, how many accounts they've viewed, or even if they started the app today, you know. The system admins can actually see during what hours people use the app most. So this is quite insightful for you to see if people are using the app productivity, if they're using their time productivity to the fullest. And this way you can actually easily identify who doesn't use the app, for example, and maybe you can find out why and see if there's some improvements that can be made. Or maybe there's only a few users that take advantage of a small portion of the app's functionality because they don't need any further areas of working capability. And based on this information, you can start making changes to further increase the user adoption. So you can also track the application's status, see whether the application is running, whether it's been terminated or paused, put in the background or resumed. You can even capture the time, GPS location, all the creations, updates, details about any edits to any records. They're all tracked. So this isn't to say that you're now being a bit of a big brother and now you're looking into things and seeing whether or not they're using things to the fullest of their capabilities. But obviously, if you're investing into a company and you're investing into products and solutions, you definitely want to make sure that you're getting the biggest bang for your dollar. And helping these people become more productive within your company helps you. So a common scenario for a mobile audit usage, maybe that you might find yourself in this situation, is when it comes to inspections. Employees go in, take a look at what needs to be verified, then fill out an inspection form. And then with mobile CRM, they can actually not only do the inspection very quickly, they can pick options on the form and fill out some details. They can add in media such as a photo of a site, maybe it's been damaged, or a flawless pipe. Possibilities are endless. It could be for a plumber, it could be for anyone. So verifying that the inspection and their signature has taken place, the company can then capture the GPS location of the inspector to prove that he was indeed on the site completing the inspection. Things have been looked at and taken care of. You can actually imagine even just being a sales manager. You might want to check where your salespeople actually are when using the app. The audit actually lets you know when someone's been designated or if they've visited all their locations in the day, visiting clients and so forth. So it's not encouraged, obviously, to track employees, inch by inch, but the capabilities are there for you to select what's most valuable to you. In the end, mobile audit actually helps you understand how and why your team works the way they do, gathering a lot of insights to provide better optimization for your business operations, which is key. So you're able to compare and contrast, see trendsetters. So for example, you can actually see whether or not this person has been computing more work, so they've been more productive with possibly using just less features. And now others you can see maybe have been using more features but haven't been as productive. So now we can say, hey, let's regroup, have a meeting, and discuss how it is that you're doing this process, because obviously you're doing it much quicker, things are getting done faster. Let's have the whole team do this. So this is where you're able to help each other as a team. So geofencing, we understand that this is obviously saying that the activity, even outbound activity tracking, everything is fully insightful. So increasing your KPIs are a result of this, because now you're able to fine tune exactly what points of the application or features are being used and minimize too much of a mess. So if you only need to use a few features and you've narrowed that down, you're going to be that much more productive. Okay. So now we're going to go to route planning. So it's perfect for field service staff, even mobile sales. You're getting to your next meeting and you want to make sure that you route yourself to the correct location as quickly as possible, finding maybe the shortest route, avoiding traffic, etc. This is where route planning comes in very, very handy. So you can even actually plan it for multiple users and multi-destination points. You can visualize your day geographically, so you can see exactly on what ends of the map you're going to be. All the routes are displayed instantly and graphically. You can even prioritize based on locations. You can eliminate delays. You don't actually have to be confined to using one style of maps. It actually works for Waze, Google Maps, iOS Maps, Sidekick even. So really what you're most comfortable with, definitely it's able to be used. And of course, the end result of this is that you're going to increase the field work, whether you're in sales or field service, with more effective route planning. Okay, pretty straightforward. One of the most popular solutions and most important and vital is device security. So is your device and data actually secure even offline? This is one of the most sought after capabilities, of course, but it can be a loophole if it's not secured properly. So an integrated MDM, here you can see that there's no third-party security integrations needed. So there's no need to get external mobile application management and mobile device management tools to secure your data. With Resco Mobile CRM, actually, these are incorporated natively within the application. So the device security, you can see a detailed overview of each of the device, the apps that it's running, or the devices the app is running on, and you can actually divide them into groups and apply various security rules. So not only to just who is using the app, but also the processes that are going to be taking place. Not to mention that there is a possibility to remotely lock and wipe out the entire app should it get stolen or forgotten or lost. So Resco Mobile CRM actually currently does even support Semantic, Mobile Iron, and AirWatch, but you don't actually have to stress about it not being already integrated itself within the device. So it's actually even more secure that you don't need that third party, that it's actually within the app itself, and it provides you the full all-around security that you need. So of course you have password protection. Main security token for the application is that the user has a password. So the password used for authentication is working with the CRM server. So the application then can be configured whether they can store the password in the device's secured storage, whether or not they require the user to enter the password each time when the application is launched or resumed, and of course, maybe even require the user to enter the password after a few minutes of inactivity. So this time, it's more specified. So for example, 30 minutes of inactivity, and now you have to re-log in with your password. And even fingerprint logins via mobile devices. So Android, iOS, not a problem. Data encryption, device and user management, these are also quite vital. The locally stored database on the device, so used offline, the capability for faster performance of the app is actually encrypted by default. So the data encryption is based on an application key. The application key is randomly generated when the database is created and protected by the user's password. Okay? So the key is actually stored in an encryption form, or an encrypted form, within the device's file system and decrypted when needed. Then when it comes to device management, you can actually index all your devices in one structured list. This view shows you the details on each of the devices. For example, the model, ID, running operating system, whether it's been currently installed, whether what the current actual version number is installed of the mobile CRM app, the date of the last synchronization. So if you want to make sure your employees use only devices approved by you, you can automatically block all new devices as well. So if you do that, users will not be able to connect, of course, to the server via phone or a tablet, but that has not yet been approved or enabled. So not to worry. Obviously, this will happen from your admins, that they'll provide this user access within your team for whatever processes and solutions that are actually applicable to them. And then, of course, we have our push actions. So system admins can also remotely lock the application or wipe out the data, as I mentioned. And it can be done manually, so whenever you need it, or automatically in case the app has not been connected to the server for a really long period of time. And the time frame is specified, of course, by the admin. Or even if the user exceeded a specific number of incorrect password entries, may look suspicious. Again, it's decided by the admin. The business hour option allows users to work with the app only during the defined working hours. That's another interesting aspect of it, is that you can say, nope, you work 9 to 5. You shouldn't have to work more. This is your designated time period. Use the most of it and then go home happily. And then of course, secure offline, but now as well online data. So now you don't have to worry. You have the all-around security aspect that your data is secure, whether you're connected to the internet or even whether you're offline. Nothing can happen. Okay, so just some nice icons here. Sorry, I forgot to click those. But getting to our processes. So as I mentioned, there are two. You may have seen that actually on our pricing, where we have one that's listed as Salesforce automation. So that one's for mobile sales. And many of you and partners have been asking, well, what exactly is Salesforce automation? This is pretty much as simple as it gets. You're able to manage your leads, create an opportunity, create new quotes, create and sign orders, generate a mobile PDF or just a PDF report, and you're able to manage your sales cases promptly. So pretty straightforward. Salesforce automation, making sure that you have a structured view of what it is that your team or your processes need. If you are a company that is solely dedicated to sales processes, then Salesforce automation is a definite must. And then of course we have field service automation. And to be quite simple, it's simply enabling you to do the daily business of a field service agent or a field service company, in that you can create customer submissions, create an incident, create a work order, or create a quote. Then of course have dispatching take place so that your team gets distributed to all of the sites equally and on time. And then of course, once things have been completed, you're able to create an invoice. So really, you're able to choose from a variety of features that are built in Resco's app: activity management, dashboards, calendars, maps, etc. This is all eloquently visible. We have a plethora of demonstrations of videos available on our YouTube channel. But just to have it a little bit in depth for those that aren't quite sure what exactly the app entails, what it needs. So with activity management, you're easily able to coordinate all the company's activities in real time. One mobile app is really all that you need per person, so they don't actually have to keep running back and forth to the office to get to their desktop or load up their laptop. And by the time that happens, honestly, people don't realize how much time it takes up to do all these little things, and they add up. And now imagine having one interface to work with where everything is eloquently presentable in front of you. So your dashboards, your calendars, multiple views, all in one window. So you don't actually have to execute 5 different windows to find out information about a contact, accounts, leads. You're able to even build dashboards that are completely personal to you. So you're able to manage the calendars, whether you have your private one and your business one. So now you're able to see, okay, whether I have any conflicts, if I'm able to make it to my son's soccer meet. I mean, really, it's very, very, very customizable in terms of you making sure that you're where you need to be and that you use your time as wisely as possible. And of course, you're able to customize the calendar to fit your needs in terms of presentation and visibility as well. And of course, the maps, as I mentioned previously. Account and contact management, that's pretty simple, straightforward. You're able to actually track emails, track calls that happen directly within the app. You're able to share and manage all the customer data. It literally takes a few seconds to make any changes. And then of course we have custom entities and customizations. This is where you get more hands-on. You're able to use the Woodford configurator tool. You're enabling custom entities and fields on your mobile device and desktop as well. Then we have documents and reports. So you're able to download documents to an offline database, which makes you able to roam freely without any internet connectivity, but having the data that you need and harness with you the information that is most valuable to you. And thereby, you're able to increase your sales and field service performances with customers. And of course, Office 365, Exchange, or Gmail integrations, this is all available. You're able to access all emails on your mobile CRM database instantly. So as I mentioned, you're able to track emails, create CRM data, attach media such as pictures, any signatures, text files, whether it's Word document, PDF, and so forth. And then, of course, call and send meeting invitations directly from the app as well. So integration options, a little bit more in terms of, well, who are we able to actually integrate with? Microsoft Dynamics 365 or Microsoft Dynamics CRM, Salesforce, which is very hot right now, and of course Oracle. And how are we able to integrate this? We're able to integrate this directly with our Resco mobile CRM app. So we have it available for the backend systems you see, but you're able to simply log in with your login details from the actual integration backend systems. There's certain configurations for that, but of course, we're more than happy to help you out with that. So that's pretty straightforward. So even if you're confined to a few of these and are finding it difficult to either work with, or maybe offline capability isn't exactly a priority for certain backends. For example, for Salesforce, you might need a more robust offline solution, one that's available, and Resco Mobile CRM actually completes that. Coming up to the end of our presentation, so obviously we've shown you the technology. Maybe you need a bit more proof. Maybe you're actually looking to be a partner of ours. We're more than welcome to have you. And of course, if you need more information, there are blogs, manuals, in-depth webinars available on our YouTube channel, and of course our support page on our website. To be a little bit even more engaging, we actually host two mobile CRM conferences yearly. One out in Europe and one out in the USA. This year, we've just announced that we are going to be in Atlanta, USA, Atlanta, Georgia, and Amsterdam, the Netherlands. You can actually visit online just to see maybe a gallery of our most relived moments from the previous year. And of course, you can pre-register, so definitely check that out. And then of course, like I mentioned, you are never alone in this. So of course, if you have any questions or concerns, or you're not quite understanding, maybe there's too much information out there, we have a dedicated support team that's more than happy to help you. And now we're going to just get to questions and answers. But of course, if you want to keep in touch with me or any of us, we actually have a company LinkedIn profile. And of course, we're available on Twitter as well. And there's my email address just in case. But definitely, if you have any questions, you're more than welcome to ping them in here. And let's see. Someone has asked if you can please let me know what the difference between Resco Cloud Solutions and Resco Mobile CRM is. Not quite sure if you still need this answer, but just in case, to reiterate or recap, Resco Cloud Solutions are basically pictured as a template. So if you're a company that works heavily around sales, or you're a company that works heavily around field service and you have field service agents, your Resco mobile app provides you the mobility to use these, for example, templates, so that you can actually work out in the field and have the CRM data inputted directly into the mobile device, so into your Resco mobile CRM, which is then synchronized with back to your server, and people back at the office can already instantaneously see data that's been inputted into the mobile device, so into your server. And this way you can actually use these different templates to suit your business needs. So if you're sales, mobile sales is definitely something that's sought after today. There are many statistics saying how, I believe it's over 65% that actually sales reps that use mobile sales have exceeded their quotas, in comparison to about 22% that don't utilize mobile sales, because data is now entered in correctly, more promptly. People have it at their disposition instantaneously. No one needs to have to come back to the office and now remember all the meeting notes that you had. Everything is instantaneously, you're able to enter it into the mobile device, the mobile app, Resco Mobile CRM, and then basically you're done for the day. You don't even have to come back to the office if you don't need to. So hopefully that answered your question. Let's see what else we have here. Okay, I think we've, I'm not sure. Oh, great. Okay, so I've answered all the questions. Definitely, you're more than happy to email me if you have more technical questions. Then, of course, I'll incorporate our support team or our development team. We're very hands-on that way. And we want to make sure that you are as comfy as possible in the process, because it's not easy trying to find out what the best mobile solution is out there for you that enables you to do so much. We have over 700 features or so. So for us to go throughout each and every single one of them can be quite time consuming. But we have more than enough videos, documentation, proof. We can even sit down and have demos with you, do them via calls. It's really up to you. And really, we try to make the best out of it so that you understand you have all the information you need. It's literally just about fine-tuning things. You don't even have to be a programmer to customize the solution or anything. It's very, very, very easy. So if you have no more questions, then we will end this webinar, and it will be viewable on our YouTube channel soon. And of course, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. We'll be happy to help. Thank you so much for attending, and we look forward to having you next time. Bye-bye.